everybody, my name is Tucker, and welcome back to our Russian Fishing for Spin Fishing character. Today came out to Sura, at least for the nighttime. Not sure what I'm going to do during the day, but I saw a Xander spot here at Sura and figured I had to give it a try. So I did catch a small Volga Xander before we got started, but nice 2.353 right as it's getting dark here for 1.9 thousand XP. So using pretty common setup. Got my HSV. I'm using a size 1 hook, and then I did buy the Heaven Creek Maggot 4003, kind of the lime greeny one. So we're over here at 109.39-ish. It's 110.39 is kind of where I wanted to be, but I've floated quite a bit from where I set up. And then we're just casting into the deep hole here at Sura. I've got a retrieval speed of 35, and I'm doing the good old 2 spins, wait 2 seconds, 2 spins, wait 2 seconds. So far, every cast has been a fish, all 2 of them, so hopefully that trend continues. Been a weird day today. Got up and looking at the weather report, it was supposed to start raining about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so went to get some stuff to clean up the tree limb that fell on Friday. And when I got home at 10:30 in the morning, it started pouring down rain. And by 11:30, I couldn't see the tree in my front yard that is 10 foot outside of the window. So we had a lot of rain, and then 5 minutes later, the sun was out. And we got some more rain possibly coming right now, too. So we'll see how things go. Hopefully no power issues or anything like that. But I did get some time this afternoon to chop up the tree limb that fell. So I've got a couple piles of wood in my front yard to haul off next Saturday. Small non-markers Xander, unfortunately. But I am exhausted from being out. I mean, it was only an 80-degree day, but because of the rain, it was very high humidity, and I was sweating from moving probably 700 pounds of rotten wood around, or partially rotten wood. It's still weird that the part that's closest to the tree trunk was what was rotten, and the end part was still very much alive. But definitely had a giant woodpecker hole that it cut a huge hole into the tree, and it had just rotted from the inside out. And there are about 4 or 5 other woodpecker type holes in it as well too. But I'm not kidding. I had put my foot up right next to where the woodpecker hole was, and my foot is as wide as the hole is. And I wear size 13 shoes. It was a big, wide hole. Not quite as long as a size 13 shoe, but definitely as wide as my foot. So probably I'd say about 4 inches diameter of a hole that it had been dug into the tree, and almost perfectly round. I've never seen anything like it that big. And then there were 3 or 4 smaller holes a little bit further down. But tree's still green. I'll have to keep an eye on it. If it looks like things get bad, it'll have to come down. But we'll see. Hopefully not. I kind of like that tree where it is. It's an interesting one where it's got very close to the ground. It splits, the trunk splits in 2. So it's kind of 2 trees in one. but someone did hit the trunk the trunk of the same part that fell down right around the time the world ended. Something that has a U in the name. U or a C, I couldn't tell which. I found the piece on the ground. I think it was a U. Woke the dog up from his slumbers. He came out to help me tear up the tree too. So he's a little bit worn out. Because I don't usually take him out into the front yard like that other than to go for a WALK. And I took him out in the front yard and tied him to a tree so he could watch and help. I will say he was definitely confused about a chainsaw. It was the first time he'd ever seen one, at least to my knowledge. Come on, fish. I turned more than I thought. Nope, I'm still facing exactly right where I want to be. Started off so well. I was so excited. But, like it's honestly been for me, starts off well and then nothing for a while. We'll cast out. Gonna try angling a little bit of a different way, see if that attracts something. Fishing pole dancer there with a nice hoary whitefish. That'll probably stick up with what time it is. It's about 7 o'clock on Saturday. I ended up getting paged out after recording yesterday's episode and was up till about 2 a.m. working on that, so I'm pretty tired today too. Ready to go take a nap. Between just lack of sleep and doing a lot of work outside in the heat. Not really the heat, just the humidity. I was dripping sweat mixed with chainsaw uh, bar oil. Getting happy dog snores from someone next to me. Come on, fish. I may pick up and move a little bit since I have floated so far from where I want to be because 110.39 is where I wanted to be. And I'm 110 or 109.36. Okay, I'm going to move a little bit. We'll see if that helps at all. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. and fishy fish. I was excited for this spot. Now I'm losing excitement very quickly. See what happens if I go to one revolution. So far, not looking like a lot of interest after doing that. I hope I got to the mute button there in time. Had a nice little sneeze. I think I did. Come on, fish. Yeah. Good old wet tree stump with some of the sap from it and the rottenness of the wood combined with the rain today. And then when I I ended up buying a new chainsaw because couldn't find, or I found the one I had and it wouldn't work. But I bought a new chainsaw and ended up putting the bar on backwards. Not the bar, the chain on, going the wrong direction at first. So I had to fix that and had all the oil all over my hands while I was doing that. And that combination was a nice, fun mix. There's a dog paw right by my head. Come on. Come on. Give me Colonel Sanders. Right now. This is some of the downside of recording a game like this where it's a little bit of skill based, but yeah, it's also a lot of luck based. And you may not get anything, or you may get crap fish. $394 gram Bulgazander. Let's try going more south. That's what the picture I saw was. It's hard being a dog. Gravity's doing its thing to the outstretched paw right now. Just pulling it back to his chest. And now both paws are curled up. And he's watching OBS. Except it's all upside down. There's a decent fish. Isn't going to be a trophy or anything like that, but should be a decent one at least. Come on. keep reeling. $2.263, 1800 XP. Not bad. That's what we're looking for. That was Lieutenant Colonel Xander. Now I need Colonel Xanders. I think I'm looking for something that's, if I remember correctly, 4 times the size of that one. Go look real quick. A trophy Xander is 8 kilos. So yeah, that is a small marker that I caught. But something different, and I'm on board with that for this weekend. Evidently, the dog had a hard night helping me last night do IT work, so chasing something in his sleep and just kind of swatted at my face accidentally. Probably another Volgazander. And decent Volgazander. 8 kilo Volgazander for 1200 XP. What was that? 800, okay. I just went and looked and I thought I said it was 1.2 and was about to be mad. It's a 1.4 kilo Volgazander as a trophy. Here we go. This is either a good Xander, a good pike, or a catfish. And this is going to take a bit to reel in. So we're 18 and a half minutes is where we started this fish. Come on. Ah. Stretch the paws out right at Tucker's face. That's always fun. Give someone a little belly scratch here with my left hand while I keep reeling with my right. I hope this is a Xander. I really do. Hope it's not a cat, basically. I'm a little bit worried if it is a sorry, the fish started fighting and I'm watching trying to decide if I need to let off or not. I'm a little bit worried it's a pike and it could bite through what I have. I'm honestly thinking it's a Xander or a cat, and unfortunately, I'm leaning towards a cat right now. So we're 2 minutes on this fish. Try and keep my energy up somewhat by keeping food and comfort maxed. This is a Xander. I may have to watch Spaceballs tonight. Three minutes, 3.5 minutes. I am making progress, but I am reeling very slow just because of how worn out I am, which continues to tell me this is a really good fish. Still think it's probably a catfish, unfortunately. Come on, fish. Coming up on 5 minutes on this fish. We're getting it. My knees hurting like it's about to start raining again. I know there's a possibility, but it was supposed to, at least the thunderstorm warning we're in ends at 9 o'clock. Just an hour and 45 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes from now. Come on, fish. Come on, fishy fish. Be a Xander. Be a Xander. Coming up on 7 minutes reeling this fish in. Still say this is a catfish. which is not what I'm hoping for. But only so much I can do. On 7.5 minutes. Will we get this fish in under 10 minutes? Kind of let off reeling for a little bit and see if I can build up some energy. And helicopter flying over my house. That sounds like it might be looping. If that's the case, I may have to look and see what's going on. I do live right off an interstate highway. There's a connection of interstate highways not too far, or three major connections of interstate highways not too far from me. So hearing helicopters, not unheard of, but it is a little bit for 7:23 on a Saturday night. Nine and a half minutes on this fish. Gonna be a photo finish, whether we get it in 10 minutes or not. The fact that I haven't seen it yet tells me we're not going to get it in the next 10 seconds. Over 10 minutes on one fish. Good news is this will probably be the strongest fish we've caught. Bad news. You are not a catfish. You're a sturgeon. 13-kilo Russian sturgeon. Rare fish, 17,000 XP. Qualifies for jigging. That's a nice fish. That's a real nice fish. No wonder it took me forever to pull that thing in. All right, I will keep that thing. I'm actually curious. Just because I don't know. I know those get big. Russian sturgeon trophies are 50 kilos. So that was not a super big fish. But it's a rare fish, so it's possible. Yeah, there have been some real big ones over at Octuba. And US wise, for the weekly records on Russian sturgeon. Yep, we're not up there at all. No, I'll take it. Hopefully that'll be worth a lot since it is a rare fish. I didn't look up, but it was probably 12 minutes. At least 11 minutes of reeling. And I'm not complaining about that either. I'm glad it wasn't a catfish. And my energy's back to normal. Decent perch there, 561 grams. I'm going to stay here a little bit through the day at least. I may cut it off a bit early. We'll see if the bite rate dies at all. And granted, 8 fish in 31 minutes. Today has not been a quantity day. Has been a decent quality day, though. Another decent fish. Definitely not a 13-kilo sturgeon. We get a small zander, 861 gram zander. Another smaller fish. Someone was licking my cell phone. Another Volgazander. Come on, fish. All my arms turned to this. This is going to be the last cast. From moving 700 or whatever, however much weight in tree limb that was. My arm is starting to do a little bit of a tremble, so this is going to be the last cast. It's more of a muscle spasm than anything, but I think it's just worn out. Tree limb basically covered my 2-car driveway. completely and was probably about a foot thick at its thickest part, but its thickest part was also the most rotten part, so it was also the lightest part. I chopped it up to pieces that can fit in the back of my truck. Okay, good. Said the magic T word, but I didn't preface it with the magic 4-letter R word. I thought someone might understand it. Seems like he knows the 4-letter R word related to truck more than truck. Nope, he recognized it that time. All right, like I said, gonna have to cut it there. Honestly, decent fish. So we'll see how it is, but with the arm doing a little bit of a muscle spasm, I don't want to be fishing. Just kind of want to sit back and relax. We'll come back over here to camp town. I also kind of need to hit the restroom, so this is working out very well. With how much sweat I sweated, I've been drinking a lot, and stuff happens when that goes on. So that Russian sturgeon by itself was 76 silver. So we made 150 silver on 10 fish, and 2 of them were non-markers. We get rid of on 8 fish. We got 149.85 silver. Let's take a quick look at the cafe, see if we get anything there. I doubt it. Nope, nothing there. So we'll go ahead and sell the 150 silver. So not a bad day. Hope y'all enjoyed. We'll be back again tomorrow, and we'll see you then. Excuse me. Bye-bye now.